You ever want to know the difference between Extreme Bond Primer and Stix Primer? We're going to do a video and show you, well, tell you the differences of the two. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, this is Dave Cook, DeFranco Painting. We're here in our shop doing some cabinet work, and we actually had a question come up of two different primers. We've used both. We prefer one over the other. So Sherwin-Williams sells Extreme Bond Primer, which is a competitor to Stix Primer. They differ in a couple different ways. I've got a cheat sheet today so we can kind of keep myself on task so I don't forget stuff. Biggest thing about both of these, they're both waterborne, which is awesome. One of them we feel is better than the other. So we're gonna go to pros and cons in each. So first one is, what is bonding primer? So bonding primer, these are the two biggest ones out there that we use in the Chicagoland area. Bonding primers are primers that are made to bond to surfaces. There's different levels of adhesion, different levels of bonding. Stix Primer, it's on the label, it's actually made to stick to ceramic tile and glass. So that's why I love it, because even though we consider a good job of prepping cabinets, light scuff sanding, cleaning them, getting rid of grease, oil, what have you on there, if we miss a spot, I don't have to worry about this stuff not sticking. It's gonna stick. This stuff sticks so well, if you don't wear rubber gloves while you're painting and it dries, you're gonna have that primer on your hand for a couple days. It just does not come off. So when we're doing it in homes, we make sure everything is completely covered, wrapped, airtight as possible, because once the stuff gets on and cures, it's almost impossible to get off. Extreme Bond Primer, we haven't used it as much. This one we've used, it's probably been 15 years that we've been using this stuff. So it's kind of a thing where if it's not broke, we don't want to fix it. We've used this in a pinch because the one thing about this stuff is it tints differently. So we've been able to get different tints achieved with this. And post-COVID, depending what's going on, hurricanes, flus, or whatever, this has run out more than this. So sometimes this is more available. So we use it. We use Stix more so than anything else. So the two differences, Stix is bought through Benjamin Moore, JC Licks, Sherwin-Williams. Cost-wise, they're almost identically the same as far as cost. One cool thing about Stix is you can use it in colder weather. So here in our shop, we're here in Chicagoland, it may be great if you have a completely climate-controlled area, but the problem is, like us, here's our spray booth. Well, we have to vent it, and the vent comes from outside. So between opening a window, opening a door, we have to have airflow through. And today, it was 5 degrees. So it doesn't matter, we have to turn our air off because it has so much suction and actually pull the pilot off of our heater. So we have to turn the heater off, open the door, and spray. So I didn't have Stix with me over the weekend when I did a couple projects. I had Extreme Bond, and this stuff actually froze. So we had to redo a couple doors. Yesterday, it was 5 degrees, windows open, no heat. We used Stix, it didn't freeze, and it was substantially colder yesterday. So for cold weather application, even if surface is colder, so far the Stix is definitely outperforming overall weather temperature. Let's see, we're doing primers. Some people ask if primers are shiny, different levels of primer. These are almost the same. There's really not a sheen to them, and you don't care because I don't want to shine, I just want it to bond. We want it to bond to the cabinets that we're painting so the paint sticks, so paint doesn't peel. Probably there's a couple. One of the biggest reasons we like Stix is its ability to sand. It sands perfect. So you're using 320 sandpaper, if we're using a Festool sander, even if you're using just a sanding sponge, when you sand this stuff, it's like powder. So it's easy to have a vacuum, it sucks right up. This stuff, it doesn't sand as easy. It'll sand, but we call it kind of pilling up, like pill bugs. It'll roll. So it doesn't powder up, it'll kind of scrape and roll like if you're rolling tape, that thing. It rolls up on itself. It doesn't quite, I don't know why. Maybe it's not curing as fast. I haven't taken the time to figure it out. All I know is we like how this stuff sands tons better than the Extreme Bond. either way, these primers are good. They work, but they work great. If you're not in an area that has JC like Benjamin Moore, you're not going to go wrong using this primer. It's just a little different. You may have to allow for more dry time, different sandpaper, different grits. Festools are pretty, I'll call them professional for lack of a better word, because the sandpaper on there is perfect. So every grain is exactly the same on the sandpaper. So that's one other reason we like using the Festool. That could be also a reason why this gums up, because if you get like a 3M or whatever at Home Depot, the sandpapers aren't exactly the same grit. Even though it says 220, there's different levels of grain in there, and there's some variance. So you can have high, low, and you can get scratching. That's because of bad sandpaper usually. So primer complaints, dry time. Some people say this takes a lot less time to dry. I found the opposite. I have found Stix dries faster than Extreme Bond. That's been our experience. We're in a humid area. Even in the wintertime, it's still humid because of the snow and whatever. So it could just be where we're at. I know one of our friends and partners that we've done a lot of stuff with, Nick May out in Colorado, I don't think he uses either one because it dries so fast they can't use it. So depending on where you're at, if you're in an arid area, I can't speak to the dry time. Midwest. So we appreciate, we're gonna put another video on here because the other primers we use, we're gonna compare two other primers, and think like cheat sheet. We're gonna compare Stix primer to Bin. This isn't Bin. So we have Bin primer, so that'll be the next video. You can check it out. If you have questions, let us know. Leave comments. Hopefully you subscribe. Love to answer your questions about cabinet painting, how we can help you love the space you're in with painted cabinets, painted furniture. Who knows? Give us a call. Let us know. Subscribe, comment. Talk to you soon.